Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about how I juggle and balance being a content creator and my 9-to-5 and owning a business. So if you like this conversation and you want to know, then you definitely want to stick around. Okay, so first, thank you to Janelle who asked this question. You guys know I'm always sourcing and asking, what do you want to see? Do you have any questions for me? Let me know. And so Janelle, thank you for asking it and wanting to know and wanting to know my perspective specifically. I hope that the information in this video is helpful to not only you, but really anyone that is watching. So how I juggle, y'all know he gonna do what he gonna do. How do I juggle my 9-to-5 and being a content creator? So let's level set. So first things, as I mentioned at the top of the video, I am a business owner. I own my own social media marketing company, and I work full-time in social media at a nonprofit, and I have been a YouTuber for officially 2 years. I hit my 2 years on June 16th, and been in the content creation game for pretty much the whole time, I guess, if you think about it, but really more on a more serious level the last 2 years. So juggling is, I don't want to say it's about balance more than it is about prioritizing what is important for the day ahead. And so if you watch my how I plan my content video, then you know that I am very meticulous and I'm very type A around the way I plan my content. And so that's the only way I can really balance juggling all these responsibilities is if I plan. Plan. So let's get into it. First thing that I do is I balance and look at priorities with my full-time job, because that is my main source of income. Prioritize what's my responsibilities for my business. And I'll be really honest, I think a lot of times, especially in the last couple of years, I have overextended myself and got easily burnt out because I was trying to juggle all of this. There are definitely a lot of added layers that have happened over the last 2 years, whether it was toxic jobs or just dealing with some rough clients and me not being able to be the best service provider to them. So there's definitely been layers to it, but I think the main thing that if you could take away anything is to really plan as much and as far as you can plan. You never really know what the day holds, and I try to make it easy on myself by creating content of things that I'm already doing. I forget the quote, but someone said it, and if I find it, I'll definitely attribute it. But the quote is, I think it might be Gary Vee. Sorry. The quote basically says, in short, instead of just trying to create new content, instead of just trying to create new content all the time, document what you're already doing, right? So for example, that's why I think so many people like these day in the life, mini vlogs, or especially on TikTok, those get ready with me, because I would already be doing these things, except the only difference that I'm putting a camera to my face. So I think that has been my saving grace, is that I plan ahead around the type of content that I need to actually sit down and film, and then I try to record moments that I'm already in action, or I'm already doing something. Now there has been a balance of me trying to just be more present and be more in the moment, so I don't always record everything, but the things that I do record, I typically record because I'm already in motion. 9 times out of 10, I'm almost always going to Chick-fil-A. In fact, I'm going to Chick-fil-A after this because I'm hungry. So I would almost always record me driving up to curbside, or me looking at my app. I'm already doing these things, so I'm just recording that. So that way content is not hard for me to create, because it's creating things that I'm already doing, and I'm documenting basically my life, That's why vlogs are so popular and so cool, because you would already be, you guys see me lean over, it's because I'm doing that new thing where you hook your phone to your monitor, your computer, to get a monitor, and I'm just me to see myself, and it keeps going dark. So in case you were wondering. So yeah, that would definitely be the first thing, is to plan as much as you can, as far as in advance as you can. I think the other way that I juggle is that I get help. I thank God for Brittany and for my friends, because they know that I'm taking this seriously. So if I'm almost anytime I'm out, I'm like, can you get a picture, or can you record this, or can you do that? And it's like, I try not to be annoying about it, but I need the help, because I can't do all of that by myself. I can, but if I have good friends who take great photos of me, like, I'm gonna maximize that. So for me, I look to my friends until I can hire a professional photographer. I look to, you know, selfie timers and like tripods to get photos if they can't help me. And I'm always a person that tries to make the most out of one thing and like be efficient. So I'm always trying to like think about, okay, if we're gonna go here, then this is how much content I could probably create out of this moment, so that I'm not trying to do something new every single day. You know what I mean? I think the other thing that could be helpful for stuff like this is being very realistic about what you can and cannot commit to. I have definitely been on the side of failing my clients, you know, getting behind in my jobs, even being not as consistent as I am now with YouTube. And I think it was because I didn't have a real good sense of what my actual realistic responsibility, like what I could actually juggle and juggle well. Like, it's one thing to just juggle a lot of things, but it's another thing to juggle things and to do things in excellence. And so you have to be self-aware. I think it's really important to be able to self-assess of like what you can really commit to, right? So like I was saying, I've been on the side where I had failed expectations of myself and of clients, and they had failed expectations of me, and just like this terrible life cycle that you don't want to be on. But I bring that up because I think when you are juggling your full-time job and you're trying to juggle content creation, you aren't always aware of how much time this side of your life takes until you're in the thick of it. I mean, you have to think about it. You need to map out how often you want to create content, and you got to think about what type of content you got to create. How often do you have to film that? What do you need to film? Then you got to edit. And then you really want to like be enticing and cool, so you got to make sure you do all these like close-up shots and far-away shots, and you got to do like transition things, and you want to add music, so you got to find the music because copyright, and then you got to fill out the description for your YouTube channel. You got to source all that, and then you might want to add links, so you got to add links. And then, you know, if it's for Instagram or TikTok or whatever, then you got to chop it down even more. You got to have a caption. You might need hashtags, and you got to share it. And then how often you going to share it, because you want to be consistent, because everyone preaches consistency. And it's like, gee, you know, that is a lot. And so I think if you are not as self-aware to know what you can and can't commit to, that puts you at a detriment of understanding how you want to scale this side of your life. Because at the end of the day, until you are able to replace your income from your full-time job, this does not take priority over your work, right? Like, you need your income, you need to have a sustain a living, you need all those things. So you don't want this side of your life to impact your full-time life in a negative way. So you have to be mindful of that. And so for me, most of you all know this by now, but like, I film a lot of like my sit-down makeup videos on Saturdays. Unless I'm going out somewhere, I am literally spending hours, about 3 to 4 hours filming. For example, at the time of me filming this, this is my second makeup look. I've so only did 2 makeup videos for YouTube. I'm also going to do a couple of reels, because I have really good lighting today, so I need to get like all these TikToks and reels out. I'm probably gonna film something tomorrow because I like to do like these Sunday get ready with me for church things, so I'm trying to keep that like going. So I'm gonna film tomorrow before church. So it's all this stuff that you want to be mindful about, but I take the weekends to do that. So unless I have plans, I'm in here filming, I'm in here creating content, I'm in here mapping out ideas, I'm doing all that. I'm studying the craft, I'm looking at how other people are doing things, I'm taking ideas and trying to make it better, all that stuff. So for me, because my 9 to 5 is typically a lot of, obviously I work 8 hours a day, but sometimes I work longer, sometimes I wake up and work earlier. So I really try to spend the weekends to do the most sit down content that I can. So everything else during the week, if I do end up filming things during the weekdays, are easy, like reels, TikToks, things like that. Nothing where the commitment to sit down would take that much time that I'm spilling into my full-time job. If that makes sense. I feel like I went on a little bit of a rant, but like, it's really, really important that people understand juggle that. Sometimes you do have to wake up early. Sometimes you do have to stay up late. Sometimes you gotta be your photographer, your editor, your director, your marketer, your manager. Like, you gotta do all that, you know. And it costs. So I think I definitely think planning is huge, and self-awareness and of what you can commit to is really important too. And I think lastly, and I'll wrap up here because I feel like I'm almost at 20 minutes of talking. I'm like, girl, I hope this makes sense. But I think lastly, how I juggle it is, like, honestly, is through prayer and really trusting that the Lord would give me the diligence and the wisdom and the strength to steward these things well. I personally feel like the Lord has called me to YouTube in a way of impact and in a way that it couldn't be nobody but him. And so I feel like if he called me to it, he will sustain me through that, and it is my part and it's my responsibility to steward that well. So I try to do things in excellence. I try to be consistent, and the same thing in my full-time job. Like, I don't plan on leaving my full-time job for a while, and because of that, like, I want to do well in my job. I care about my work. I care about how my colleagues, I care about how I show up. And so because these things are very important to me, I take that weight of responsibility very seriously. Especially now that, because where I was 2 years ago and even before that, I wasn't as mature as I am now to, like, be very mindful and care. 2 years ago, I was like, man, whatever. But, like, I care, and I want to care. And I think the woman, the guy that I'm called to be, she cares. So, yeah, definitely, like, prayer. And then I guess it's like a 3.1 point. But I think juggling it is also trying to find help where you can. So outsourcing how you can. And I think to juggle both your full-time job and to juggle your content creation side, if you don't have a strategy in place, consistency will fall. Because it's more, it goes beyond motivation. Like, we can't just be motivated to do this. Like, I enjoy makeup looks, so I'm gonna film makeup looks. I enjoy vlogging, so I'm gonna vlog. Even if my life does not feel or seem exciting, I'm gonna vlog because I enjoy vlogging. So I think having a clear sense of strategy in place really does help take that pressure off of juggling both your full-time job and your content creation side. And it's feasible. I think you have to, like I said, be self-aware and understand, like, what you can commit to and just be good at that. Like, commit to that. If it's one video a week, it's one video a week. If it's one blog post a week, it's one blog post a week. If it's 2 posts on Instagram, then it's 2 posts on Instagram. But, like, don't let the cycle of the hamster wheel that people kind of keep talking about make you feel like you have to do more than is beyond your control. Do what you can and be good at what you can for however long you can. So yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I kind of like these sit down, talk to me, ask me questions about content creation. So hopefully if you have more questions, please leave a comment below so I can help address them and answer them. I really love that you guys like my insight. I believe that I come with a wealth of wisdom, so I hope this is helpful to you all. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up so that other people can see it. And make sure you share it out with somebody. You might know a girl who's trying to content create. Like, send her my page. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'm not on Twitter as much anymore because it got real bitter and dark, and I was like, I'm gonna head over here where things are happy. But you can definitely follow me there. I do pop up sometimes. So I'll leave all that below. And until next time, friends, be well, do well, and be safe. I hope this video was helpful, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.